Today I fucked up by not telling my company I'm colorblind. Obligatory, this did not happen today. I have protanopia, the color red is non-existent to me, as well as most of the green spectrum, with a considerable part of the blue spectrum classified as muddied. Back in 2006 I took a job outside of my chosen field, working in the transportation department, doing cargo shipping and receiving. I had been working on the software side of the industry, and after being laid off, I called in a favor and started in the physical side of things. Started out in an air cargo company, small outfit, less than 10 people, domestic and international cargo transport. I know the vernacular, I know how this works, and I've got the talent to make things happen. I realize that I excel at the whole negotiation process in terms of cost for cargo, and things are going smoothly. One day, I'm tasked to do some work in the records room, sorting and filing waybills. I'm given the instructions. International shipments, go into these folders, points to stack of boxes with open box of folders on the top. Domestic shipments go into these folders, points to different stack. Put waybills into folders, label with first name of supplier and store in drawer. I bang it out, I'm on fire, I blitz through the backlog and I get through 6 months of backlog in a day and a half. The fuck up. Folders were red and tan. I saw no difference, no one said any difference, and the boxes under the open ones were mixed up. 4 months later, we are doing an audit and one of the files is noted to be in the wrong folder, then another, then another. The company is in panic mode, because now their system cannot be trusted, so if they get an investigative hold, they might miss the paperwork, etc., etc. A memo comes out, and the whole company comes in over the weekend to basically resort the last 2 years worth of cargo waybills. We all sit down, grab boxes and start sorting, and that's when I realize that this is all my fault. So I'm sitting there, holding up 2 folders, trying to tell them apart, when the owner asks me what the %% are you doing? And I tell him that I'm colorblind, that these look exactly the same, and that I'm pretty sure I screwed everyone's weekend up. I wish I could say a good laugh was had, but no, it was not. They were angry that I didn't bring it up before. It's not something that really affects life, so I tend to not think about it, but in this case, yeah, totally my bad. Probably cost the company a good chunk of cash, everyone most of the weekend. When I was laid off a few months later, I really wasn't surprised. Too long didn't read, mixed up domestic and international waybills because I never mentioned being colorblind, causing overtime expenses to fix my mistake. Edit, as been stated, I was not fired for the mix-up. The economy was tanking and the company went from moving 20 plus shipments a day to maybe 3, the writing was on the wall. Congratulations, /you/Deviolet. This post has been chosen as the fuck up of the week. I am colorblind as well and work in IT. Many times I have been sent to check out failed drive and couldn't tell the difference between red and green lights. I've found creative ways around it. Take picture with phone and send to someone who can identify, or use app like Colorblind Pal to identify the colors. Use app like Colorblind Pal to identify the colors. I never realized these exist. That's pretty cool. Shouldn't they have said Y files go in the red folders, Z files go in the tan folders? That, and have another way of determine what goes where. Years ago my dad was working shipping. Older employee got promoted, and began working with him. It took him forever to get the right boxes and my dad was losing patience. He told him that he had to work faster. The guy cracked and started sobbing. In a factory with a majority of older male employees, it was the first guy he ever saw crying on the job. It was a really awkward situation. My dad thought the guy was sick and dying. The man admitted that he couldn't read. He took the promotion because the pay for better, but he just couldn't do the job. Going back to his old job was too humiliating for him, so he was thinking of quitting. My dad didn't want him to lose his job, so he started color coding the boxes and they worked together until he retired. When his boss asked my dad about the color coding, he told him it was because the writing on the boxes were in English and a lot of employees couldn't understand it. Your dad sounds like a great person. He went out of his way to help another like that. Just amazing. They don't label their shit. This was a FU waiting to happen. I seriously doubt you were the only one misfiling. For real? I'm not colorblind, and if someone pointed to a stack of folders and said X goes in there, and Y goes in this other stack, that's what I would expect to be doing, not sorting the folders in those stacks by color. So lack of a proper filing system caused this shit, not op. Today I fucked up by making Indian food and making the same mistake 78% of people make whilst impressing girls with dinner. Throw away because she knows my Reddit handle, but this happened about 30 minutes ago. Buckle up because it turned out kinda long. So I've been seeing a nice, athletic and 100% my type lady for almost a month, nothing too serious, though. It was her birthday on Tuesday, but she never mentioned it to me, and I don't really dabble in the social media shitshow, so I didn't know until she mentioned she'd been snowboarding for it. She didn't want me to make a big fuss because we're still kinda fresh and she had to work, so I said I'd take her out for dinner at the weekend, aka today, and that was that. Flashback to last night, she said she'd rather me make her my favorite British food for dinner and we can watch a movie at my apartment. All good. So flash forward to today. I'm a Brit, living on the west coast of Canada, and finding authentic Indian food is hard because everywhere I go seems to be super whitewashed. So great lightbulb idea, let's make her biryani. As a human milk bottle, I will still toot my own horn whenever I have the opportunity to make Indian food, so it seemed like the best food to impress. So I made biryani about 4 hours ago. She said she didn't like cardamom pods, cloves or cassia bark, so I picked them out of the pre-mixed mix. I mix the mix every couple of months so I don't have to measure each time, and decided to add some red chili peppers just to add a bit of flavor. Those small but very lethal fuckers. Obviously, this includes slicing them. Just as a side note, I'm female and I know how bad it feels when you get that tingly burning feeling on your tinker winker. I have also read tens of today I fucked ups where we're all just trying our best to please the lady in our lives and it ends up with Mount Vesuvius vagina. Thirdly, I've done it before, to myself, and it's rough. To combat this, I washed my hands literally 12 times thinking it would be okay. So we ate dinner about 3-5 hours ago and put on a movie. Once we'd finished eating, one thing obviously led to another. The sofa was reclined and fun was being had. The fun lasted less than 5 minutes before she mentioned that her Pompeii pussy was on fire and went to soak in the bath for 1 hour. We both found it hilarious at the time, but she left 20 minutes ago with a yogurt varg and has yet to text me. I apologized a lot, so I'm sure she'll come round. Too long didn't read, made Indian food, spices lingered on my fingers, put fingers into hot potential girlfriend got Pompeii pussy and went home with a yogurt vagina. For future reference, rubber gloves when chopping the peppers. No amount of hand washing will get the spice off. Source, contact lens wearer that has blinded himself several times with chilly fingers from the night before. You know the throwaway isn't going to protect you, right? Yeah, because this probably happens several times 90 minutes ago in West Canada with a Brit who made Indian food and yada yada. Pro tip, picking your nose first is a good finger chili safety test before sticking your fingers in other orifices. Another good test is to vigorously rub your eyeballs with reckless abandon. You throw yogurt varg in there so casually. I'll just assume it's as literal as I'm thinking it is. I had to soak my balls in a mug of milk once. 100% would recommend. A-OK hand. Taking spicing up your love life a bit too literally there. Today I fucked up by eating rocks in front of my girlfriend. I bought some realistic looking candy rocks while traveling. I specifically got them with the purpose of picking them up off the ground in front of people and eating them. Simple and dumb prank. Essentially, I managed to pull that prank twice on my girlfriend over a few weeks, and I knew she would not fall for it a third time. Little did she know, there was a final stage to this prank. Both times that I revealed that I was actually eating candy, she asked for one because she likes candy. I would never waste this prank material on just eating, so I haven't given her any chocolate rocks. Don't worry, I share other things. For the final stage, I picked up a random looking rock on the ground, made the curious face that I had for the 2 times before, and slowly brought the rock to my mouth. Exactly as I planned, She snatched the rock out of my hand and put it into her mouth. However, I did not plan for her to confidently bite into it and break a molar tooth. Too long didn't read, I tricked my GF into eating a rock and she broke her tooth. What the fuck? I just got chocolate rocks 2 days ago, and I was gonna do this. But I ate them BC. I didn't want anyone to break a tooth. Lamau, good thing I never acted on it. It's the simple pranks people take for granted. Edit, thanks for the silver. Yikes. As much as that would suck, it was defiantly funny as fuck to read. She bit off more than she could chew. Molar less. Edit, thanks for my first and second silver ever. For once, a definite F up.